was different.
Yeah,
like you know,
it wasn't as pressured on.
I feel like with MySpace, it was more so about who had the cooler background and songs than about what pictures and how you look.
Because you had to go into a full ass desktop to look at it. So MySpace. We as
it's literally in our pocket. It's in our
now it's all about like follower count or likes
how
or
many followers you
views.
have, how many likes are you getting, how do you look.
On your post?
I feel like that's harder on girls. Like I don't know, maybe because I'm a female, I can't relate to how y'all feel. But like I know as a female, like when I see females on Instagram that look like perfect in my eyes, and you see all these guys liking their pictures, like damn, like you know, it kind of makes you. It starts making you feel like damn, like I don't look like that. You know, like it kind of gets to you, like.
Yes.
Yeah, don't be a catfish either, please. Don't
I got catfished. I got catfished. I'm being so serious. I got catfished.
Alright, pause the talk.
It was bad. That was my you know the show Catfish. Yeah. I literally am upset that I didn't come up with a damn because this happened well before the show even came out. Like it happened my 8th grade year into my freshman year. I fell in love with some guy that I met I met him through a friend. Let's say at the time she was a friend, right? That's why I say you can't trust nobody. But this person had introduced me to this guy, and I was like, oh, he is fine. Like, you know, and I've always liked older guys. I will say that. So I was 14. He was probably, I think, he was like, I was like 13 at the time because it was 8th grade to freshman year, and he was like 19. So I started talking to him, and this person was supposedly really good friends with my friend, and that's why I trusted that it was real. But I never saw him in person. And every time he'd be like, oh, like, whenever we see each other, he'd be like, oh, I'm working, babe. Like, I can't. Blah, blah, blah. Like, okay. I was 13. I was like, okay, like, it's fine. You know, he never wanted to call me. He never sent me pictures. And every time he did send me pictures, the same pictures that I was seeing on social media. So I was like, okay, like, send me a picture of what you're doing right now. He'd be like, oh, I can't right now. And then he would disappear for a while and be like, oh, I didn't have a phone. I'm like, you're a grown-ass man. You don't have a phone? But, like, at the time, I thought nothing of it. I got my parents involved because I was, like, really, like, digging this guy. And my dad's always been the type of person where he didn't care about the person. He just wanted to meet them in person. So, like, he was like, okay, like, you know, let's meet the guy. So, when we would try and set it up, he would always come up with an excuse as to why he can't. And then my mom was doing her own, you know, investigating detective stuff. And she had some friends listen to some things. And this person wasn't real. And the only person that knew about this person was my said friend. And this lasted a whole year. A whole year.
Of just texting?
Of me just texting this person. I even got in so much trouble, and they took away everything. Like my laptop, my phone. Because I would go hang out with my friend, and I would use their phones to text this guy. Because I was, like, obsessed with him. Like, I was, like, in love with this guy. Because he would always said the right things. He wanted to marry me and, you know, whatever, have a family. And at that age, it's like, oh, my God. Like, I found the one, and he was beautiful. He was anybody that knows me and knows my type, he was literally my type in a picture. Like, he was tatted, he was tall, he was, you know, bulky, like, he was nice and meaty, he had a nice haircut, he had a nice face, he was clean, and he had his piercings, and, like, I've always liked the fuckboys. Like, it was just that, you know, like, I couldn't. And then I found out he wasn't real, and it just, like, my life shattered. Like, everything. I was ruined.
Her first heartbreak.
Because the way I found out he wasn't real is because he had a YouTube at the time, and I would watch his videos. So I was like, I know this person's real. But I just didn't know it wasn't him that I was talking to. So one day I reached out to...
Why was he catfish, though? Was he not good looking, or was
No, it was catfish because it wasn't him I was talking to.
Oh, yeah.
It was the female. It was my friend. Turns out that she was a fucking lesbian, and you know, now she has a whole female with a kid, and you know, to this day she probably hates my guts, and she will deny it. Like, she never came out and said it was her, but then she damn sure acted guilty.
That's crazy.
So
she was a lesbian?
She was. Yeah, she is a lesbian now.
Shout out to you.
So, and you know, like, I hate that girl because she ruined a lot for me, and like my 8th grade year was pretty much like destroyed because I was in and out of trouble with my parents. And, you know, it kind of ruined, like, my whole life because I was so pissed at them that they wouldn't let me be with him when it was just because he wasn't real. And the way I found out, me personally, because I didn't believe a damn thing that my parents were saying, was I reached out to the account on YouTube that had his videos. And, like, I messaged them, and I was like, this person's not going to answer me. But thankfully they did. And they're like, oh, like, this person lives in freaking, I don't even know, Philadelphia or something. He lives in Philadelphia, and he was, like, a whole criminal, and he was a crib and all this stuff. And I was like, oh shit.
So, good thing
so I told him, I was like, so you don't know, and I asked him, I was like, so you don't know who I am? And they're like, no, like, and they told me, they're like, I'm so sorry, but you're not the first person this happens to. I was like,
What the fuck?
Okay, so
I put the cherry on top.
that's when I realized I was like, okay, like that's it. That's case closed. You know, like it's true. Like he's not the person I've been talking to for the past year or year and a half, however long it was. So it sucked. Like that was kind of like my first real heartbreak, but it wasn't. My first real heartbreak is the person I'm married to. So, so that's what it is.
So you met the one at an early age.
Yes, I did. I was 15
Lucky you.
in school.
Damn, 15.
I was 15 years old. I'm 25 now, so that was 10 years ago.
I'm 7.
And we actually make 10 years meeting, like meeting each other.
She pour all the way. I just remind her for myself. Said she is scholar crazy, but I bet she like them double C.